have been lining up for hours here in Wisconsin, braving the cold to be part of the show inside the Kohl Center, where Jared Sullinger and #1 Ohio State is about to run into its stiffest test of the season against an opponent that almost never loses at home, the Wisconsin Badgers. It's the Badgers and the Buckeyes and Dickie V in a sea of red coming up next. And we welcome you to Madison, Wisconsin, and Big Ten College Basketball presented by 5 Hour Energy. Today, undefeated Ohio State facing number 14 Wisconsin, all part of Rivalry Week presented by Cisco. One discussion this season, is there a great college basketball team out there? Well, Ohio State certainly looks like it. A perfect 24-0, 11-0 in the Big Ten for the first time since the early 1960s. Hi, everybody. Great to have you with us. I'm Dave O'Brien. You know who this is. Dickie V ready to go. And Joe Montgomery joining us as well. It has a magical ring to it, doesn't it? Undefeated and #1 in the country.
Well, you talk about a place where they've had a difficult time. They have not won on this floor in over a decade. You look at Bo Ryan. He's 5-0 on this floor against Thad Matta. They do it with great defense. They protect the basketball. And I'll tell you this, Ohio State brings the full package, as you said, Dave. The best post player in America and a bunch of guys around him that understand how to play in Lighty, Buford, and Diebler.
Well, that star watch, as you mentioned, Jared Sullinger, great young post player. Just a freshman, you have to keep reminding yourself.
Well, I'll tell you this, he's the best post player in America. He's the best diaper dandy in America, and now he's making a run to be the best player in America. On the other side, John Lura. Remember that name. This kid is so underrated nationally. Nobody ever talks about him, and he can flat out play, and especially when he hooks up with his buddy Jordan Taylor.
Look at the lineups now brought to you by Michelin for Ohio State. 5 rock-solid players. John Lura can break the all-time Big Ten three-point record today, but Dallas Lauderdale is the true unsung hero of the Buckeyes. For Wisconsin, Jordan Taylor's ability to hold on the ball will be a big, big factor, as is Keith Nankivell's defense on Sullinger here this afternoon. Great festive atmosphere here in Madison.
I'll tell you, Dave, you mentioned about protecting the basketball. No one does it better in America than Wisconsin. They lead the nation in the fewest turnovers. And the reason, Jordan Taylor is #1 in America in assists to turnover ratio.
Just 8 per game. And so many times Wisconsin turns it over, and Taylor gets the first crack at it. Wisconsin in the home whites. And the building sold out and has been rocking for an hour.
They're going to try to take Sullinger away from the basket. Their system involves a lot of vertical screens, horizontal screens.
Nankivell, good look straight on, but misfires on the first 3.
Nankivell's second in the Big Ten in shooting threes, better than 50%.
Lighty jumping into the lane, the leaner no. Taylor picks off the rebound, very strong guard. He can crash the glass as well for Wisconsin. He'll shoot it here. He knocks down a 2.
He's a big-time player. Made a big shot in their game against Iowa 48 hours ago. 28 seconds left in the game. He sent it to overtime.
And they would win that despite shooting 18% in the first half. Over the top, Lauderdale. Yes, it goes in. He wanted the dunk, but he takes the 2.
Nice play. Little diagonal pass. Threw it right over the top of the defense. Thad Matta's kids are so well drilled. Understand how to play. They make shots. They defend. And they also protect the basketball. They don't turn it over a great deal.
Here's Lura outside. There's Sullinger out. He's going to have to chase him today around that perimeter. A little bump. Around and out of these very soft rims at Wisconsin.
Hey, John Lura is now going to be matched up, as you said, with Sullinger. He'll bring him to the perimeter.
Wisconsin with a 16-game home win streak, winning 34 of their last 35 on this floor.
Last one to beat him was Illinois, fighting the line on February 9th, 2010.
Is Buford, one of the terrific shooters for the Buckeyes, 44% outside the three-point line. Lighty off the pass. And another rebound for Taylor.
Seems like Lighty's been around so many years. He played on a great team with Odin and Conlon and went to the final game, lost to Florida.
It's a terrific career here, a senior now, 5th-year senior.
Wisconsin trying to pull a real magical move, beat the football team that was #1, Ohio State, and beat the basketball team that's #1.
So rarely done. Shot clock Down to 10 now for Wisconsin.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. That's the system. Shot selection vital for Wisconsin.
Lord takes in with a jump, fires around and out. Boy, it was inside the cylinder.
Got the shot they wanted. They're going to get some shots for Diebler. Diebler, as you said earlier, Dave, a great three-point shooter.
Denied and throws it away. Great defense by Wisconsin. Their first turnover. And look at Bo Ryan in his 10th year. He's never lost a home game to Ohio State here at the Kohl Center. 5-0 all time against the Buckeyes under his regime.
I'll tell you one thing, he doesn't lose to too many people here. 149-11. And one of the most underrated guys among the people, not among the coaches, the analysts, the people that know basketball, really have such admiration for him.
Dawson, a freshman, open.
What a story he has become. He's a kid that signed late, was a quarterback in high school, had a knee injury, didn't play his senior year football, and has become the first guy to ever have a triple-double here at Wisconsin.
Backing down, Sullinger has it tied up, and the possession will keep it on this end for Ohio State. Thad Matta in his 7th year for the Buckeyes has them at 11-0 in the Big Ten, first time since 1962. 11 straight 20-win seasons, at least 20 wins for Thad Matta.
What he's done is a recruiting machine. Think about all the guys that went on one and done to the NBA.
Fouled here with 16:51 to go in the first half. A 5-2 Wisconsin lead. And a foul will go on Jarmus, number 1 on the big senior.
You know what really impresses me about Ohio State? They've been on a rope several times. You can talk about Northwestern and Michigan. You can talk about Illinois, beating Illinois for the first, giving them their first loss at home up in Champaign. But they always, Penn State played them tough. They find a way to win. They're resilient. They're winners.
Buford with a turnaround, a sweet touch there by William Buford, the junior from Toledo, Ohio. And the number 2 scorer for Ohio State.
They've had some great players out of Toledo. One in the house today working for the Big Ten, Jimmy Jackson. Also Kelvin Ramsey from out of Toledo played at Ohio State.
Way downtown, Taylor, all net.
He can flat out play. The one great element and ingredient about playing for Bo Ryan, you're going to get better and better as you stay with the program. His players get better.
Don't let him get started early. He burned Michigan State a week ago for 30. He can have that kind of a day. And he might turn it over once. Buford with the fall away. Too strong.
Exactly early what they want. Get the crowd. Keep them in the game. Keep Ohio State from silencing the crowd by getting an early spurt. Tempo, tempo. Notice the tempo. Take some time off that clock.
If they score 52, Wisconsin, and win, they'll be delighted. Molina, nice fake there by Lord to get himself open.
He's a big-time player. He really improved immensely by playing with the USA select team against all the great stars that Mike Krzyzewski assembled.
Crowd into it like you wouldn't believe.
Badger Mania.
Buford denied, just tight defense. Jarmus with a great save as he went into the cheerleaders.
This environment is reminiscent, according to the Badger fans, of Duke coming here last year, and Duke left with an L, baby. They are so tough on this floor. Patience. Patience, poise usually equals points.
Nankivell, no. Ohio State Sullinger crashing the glass. He's hauling in 10 a game.
Hey, Dave, that's rare for Nankivell to miss 2 of those. He's a great three-point shooter.
A pretty floater there by Buford. Using the rim. 10-6 Wisconsin.
He's a slasher. He's a guy that's got good medium range, jump shooting ability.
He also played on the USA select team this summer, practicing with NBA stars before the FIBA World Championships. Among his teammates, Juwan Johnson and Kyle Singler.
Johnson's had quite a year down at Purdue. They got a tough week, Ohio State. They got Michigan State Tuesday, and then they have Purdue on Sunday.
That's right.
Hall of Famer Brent Musburger and yours truly will be there Tuesday at Thad's Pad, the Buckeye Nut House.
Big showdown there. Shot clock at 6. Gosser and a foul before the basket. So no basket there. Foul goes against Ohio State. A good start for Wisconsin at the Kohl Center. Wisconsin trying to knock off #1 and undefeated Ohio State for the second time in 4 months. They did it in football back on October the 16th. That was over at Camp Randall. And the Fans flooding the field at that time. They're hoping to charge the court today as we toss it over to Joe Montgomery.
Well, the mayhem and the energy that you saw on that football field is every bit here in Kohl tonight. I talked to John Lure right before the game. He was at that football game, and he said, this is like a perfect storm. As much as everybody is saying this is just another game, it's a perfect storm. You've got Ohio State here. They have not lost here. The last time they beat him here, rather, was 1962. They're trying to join the elite ranks of Florida in beating the same team, both in football and in basketball. He said the feeling he had on the field that day was amazing, and if he can replicate it tonight with his teammates, it would make his senior year.
Jill, thank you very much. Dick?
I'll tell you one thing, Jill. He can play a vital role in that with his ability. So multi-talented. I think the key right now, Sullinger has not touched the ball and has not even had an attempt yet in the game, and averages 18 a game and shoots close to 60%.
Wisconsin with it. Brian Evans getting into the contest.
They really execute that swing offense. They have many, many factors that they've added to it. Ball screens, up and down screens, great spacing.
Lowe really calling for the ball. There's Buford on him, so a mismatch there. Evans won't shoot it. Taylor with Diebler. Shot clock at 5. The big guy leans in, flips it up for 2.
Shot selection, understand what a good shot is. Bob Knight preached that forever. Spoke to Bob last night. You know, some people will say, if Ohio State were to lose, what's the best thing? No pressure on them. Bob Knight says, nonsense, nonsense. No coach ever feels a loss is good. Thad Matta echoed the same sentiments to me before the game.
I know where Coach Knight is on the fence today. He's not on the fence at all. Leading for his Buckeyes big time. Here's Sullinger. Finally with an opportunity to shoot it and gets the roll.
Good things happen when he touches the ball. Great touch. Dad did a great job with him as a kid. Dad Satch coaches at Northland High School. 11
double-doubles for him. Had one last Sunday against Minnesota. 18 points and 13 rebounds. Ohio State has not played since then.
How good is Taylor with the ball? There's a 4-to-1 ratio assist to turnovers in the Big Ten competition.
Turned it over 28 times all year. And Sullinger clearing the rebound. Kraft into the game too. He is tremendous as far as giving them energy. A foul with 12:28 to go in the first half. Rivalry week continuing at 6 o'clock. It's Florida taking on Scotty Hobson in Tennessee. Then at 9, Pitt heading east to take on Corey Fisher and Villanova.
Tell you one thing, Tennessee spoiled the season for Ohio State last year. Bruce Pearl certainly has built up a lot of equity. It'll be really curious what happens with the NCAA investigation. There's no question he can flat out coach. And I know the game day guys are all excited with Pitt going over.
Laura with the foul to put Lighty at the line. Jared Bergman now on for Wisconsin, and Brusewitz as well. Mike Brusewitz, a 6'6" sophomore.
I call him Carrot Top, baby. Take a look on top. I went over him. I started playing with his hair before the game. He basically looked at me and said, you just wish you had hair.
Yeah, he can't do that to you. He can't return the favor as Lighty makes that one.
Dave Lighty, a slasher. He and Buford are outstanding. See, I think they go up a notch when Kraft on the floor. Nothing against certainly Lauderdale block shots or rebounds, but they become much quicker, and Kraft is a guy that will suffocate you defensively.
Jordan Taylor.
It's going to be interesting. Kraft against Taylor.
Bergen finding Evans up top off the fake, won't shoot it.
They won't take bad shots. They may not make shots all the time, but they will not take bad shots.
That's a great point. They take more good shots than anybody. Shot clock go down to 5.
They have to with their personnel. That's a must.
Has to force this one. And a shot clock violation.
Well, that's a bad shot because only had no other choice.
There's a timeout on the floor. The players who attend the tournament.
Well, that handsome gentleman there was the head coach of Wisconsin when the Badgers knocked off then #1 and undefeated Ohio State in 1962. Bob Knight was a member of that Ohio State team, and the coach talks about his memories of that loss.
Well, we were really never in the game. We went up to Madison to play. I think it was the next to last game of the season, and we ended up getting beat by 16 or 17 points. It was one of those games where everything kind of caught up to us. We had not lost prior to that, and Wisconsin played very, very well in that game. They had a really good forward named Kenny Siebel, who's been a lifelong friend of mine, and he brings that up every time I see him that game.
86-67 was the final, and Coach Erickson here to greet the team as the Badgers raced out onto the court before the game, and also presenting a game ball from that affair to Bo Ryan.
Tell you one thing, speaking of Bob, 5 straight Big Ten titles they won. Fred Taylor, who really played a big influence in Bob's life in terms of coaching. Last night, speaking to him, he talked about that. You think about the elite status of the program under Fred Taylor. Well, Thad Matta is doing basically very similar things. He's got a way to go, but I'm telling you, he's on the right track. Bob Hunter wrote a great column about that in the Columbus Dispatch.
Rare two-pointer for Diebler. Can't get that one to fall. 12-9 Wisconsin.
Well, you know, when you look right now, Ohio State leads the conference shooting 40% from threes. They haven't made one yet today. I just get unbelievably amazed the way they control tempo. They allow you to sleep a little bit. If you sleep after about the 3rd or 4th pass, they get an open shot.
Last time they waited too long, though. Great denied defense by Leidy. Second turnover.
Leidy's a tough defender because he's so quick.
Little off by Buford from way downtown.
Vucevic with the rebound, brings a lot of energy, brings a physical ability. No, it's amazing. You look at Wisconsin, they lead the nation in free throw shooting, and Ohio State leads the nation in the fewest free throws so that they allow their opponents to go to the line.
Yeah, they hardly commit any fouls. That's right. Sullinger.
That's great defense when you don't foul, Dave.
Right. Sullinger getting a little bit closer, fouled by the youngster with 10:31 to go in the half. You may have noticed Ohio State players wearing patches of honor. In honor of Flight 3407. That was the flight which went down 2 years ago today in Buffalo, New York, tragically killing Lauren Maurer. That's the girlfriend of Kevin Kuick, Ohio State's video coordinator. It was Thad Matta's tribute to his assistant. Second year in a row the Buckeyes have worn 3407. Lauren was just 30 years old.
She was a Princeton administrator, and Kevin's done an amazing job getting all the people that were able, the families of those that were lost in that unbelievable tragic crash. 51 people lost their lives, and he's been making trips over to Washington, D.C. to try to get them involved with safety regulations, so we salute him.
Let's go to Joe Montgomery.
Well, guys, tonight at 10:17, outside the Buffalo crash site, they are having a candlelight vigil for that crash.
Taylor into the corner as we approach 10 minutes to go in the half.
Ted Kraft really right up on Taylor, playing him tough, trying to keep the ball away from him. He's going to try to invert, he try to post him, and now he comes back out for the ball.
Badgers have gone 3.5 minutes since their last field goal. Can they break it? Off the back iron by Taylor.
Tough defense. I don't think people give Ohio State enough credit for the defensive effort. That was a tough defensive team.
Evans able to knock that one away from Sullinger. He's had a frustrating first 10 minutes.
Well, they can't get him the ball. That's a suffocating kind of defense. Keep it away from you. It frustrates you. I love teams that can play great defense and not foul.
But Wisconsin on the other end has gone stone cold, at least for the moment.
You don't want to put Wisconsin on the free throw line because they're like automatic.
Yankaville off the fake. Again, the shot clock way down at 6. And way outside is Taylor. Has a long way to go. 2 to shoot off the fake. Draws the foul by Kraft. His first.
You know, he played 44 minutes. The kid's like an Iron Man in the overtime win over Iowa. And the next day, they said, you don't practice. You sit on the sideline. Oh, look at a great ball fake and head fake. And now he goes to the line.
Kraft really bailed him. And so Taylor to the stripe.
Shoot 82.9 as a team, and they miss it. Oh, they get an opportunity, and they miss it.
He's 86%. He's right there with John Lohr as the best foul shooter on the team. See what he does in Big Ten games, Dick. 20 points a game. His #2 scorer in the conference.
Number 2 in free throws, Harvard. Tommy Amaker's club, former Duke player. Longest win streaks in the country, Dave. Ohio State with 24, Coastal Carolina 21, George Mason 10, Texas 9, and Hampton 9.
Leidy bouncing to the lane. Buford, no. Battle for the rebound in the paint. That'll go against Ohio State. Rivalry week continues on Monday. First at 7 Eastern. West Virginia battling Syracuse. That's in the Dome. And at 9 o'clock Eastern, Kansas looking for a sweep against their rival Kansas State.
Kansas State gets a chance to really make a magical moment right there. Just like, Michigan State coming up to play Ohio State. They need one of those miracle moments. Right now, Tom Izzo's club has been in a struggle. Had a good win over Penn State.
Neither team has made a field goal in about 4 minutes. But Wisconsin has to love the tempo. It's to their liking.
Lauren Taylor accounted for 10 of their 13 points. And that's not surprising.
Another short shot clock here. Dig long one. Barely grazing the iron by Taylor.
They're allowing it to get too close to the end of the shot clock.
8:22 to go in the half. Thomas sailed that one over the iron. Sullinger with a rebound, right back up and in.
Just so physical. Thomas, a big-time high school scorer out of Indiana. It's nice when you got a guy on the interior. Basketball efficiency really starts offensively, defensively in the 3-second area. And they have the best in Sullinger.
Nankerville. He can bury the three. Bruzewicz lost the dribble. Here's Taylor again. Again, that shot clock at 7. 6. And a traveling violation. Third turnover of the half for Bo Ryan's team, and we're tied at 13. 7:44 to go. Ryan, thank you very much. 7:44 to go in the opening half. Buckeyes and Badgers tied at 13.
I tell you, the last 5 minutes, the Buckeye defense has really been right in the face and not allowing Wisconsin to get any kind of good looks. And that's why they're getting down to the end of the shot clock.
Over the top, Sullinger. He flipped it right back. They forced the turnover. And talking about the shot clock, 3 attempts now for Wisconsin with a shot clock under 10.
They got to get a little bit more quickness in setting the screens, a little bit more ball movement. Too stationary. You're able to just stare and watch a guy and take pictures. They're going to get a little bit more movement.
You know what they're also doing inadvertently? They're taking their own crowd out of it. This crowd was ready to rock and roll, and they were at the opening tip. Once again, the shot clock is down to 6. Nankerville off the fake. A three-pointer. Well, that time it worked to perfection.
They needed it. They needed that big three out of Nankerville. He had missed his first 2, had not gotten the board. And that's big because he's such an outstanding long-range shooter, better than 50%, second in the Big Ten.
But Wisconsin had gone 6.5 minutes between field goals.
This kid is a big-time player. He's been turning the ball over a little bit too much lately, but he defends well. He gives them a real spark off that bench. He's one of the premier roll-8 specialists, guys that come in and give you instant relief.
And an outstanding defender. Nankerville somehow able to corral that pass. And now a whistle. With 6:37 to go. And the officials are going to go to the monitor because the shot clock had a problem.
They're going to go over for a timing situation. Mike Sanzier on the game with Paul Jansen, Lamont Simpson.
A crew with 41 NCAA tournaments between them.
Tell you what's so big, Wisconsin can't get to the free throw line. They've only been up there 2 times. And that is one of the great strengths of Ohio State. They don't foul. So many teams think they play great defense, and they put teams on the line 30, 35 times.
Well, the shot clock froze after that possession.
I don't blame him. We blame him. We all froze walking in here.
Both clocks there.
Both teams with only 3 fouls. Talk about a game played defensively without fouling.
So they will reset the clocks. Wisconsin with the 1-point lead. Now, you made the great point. If Wisconsin gets a decent lead, even 6, 7, 8 points late in this contest, they are such a great foul shooting team, #1 in the country. And because they hang on to the ball, they don't turn it over. It's so tough to dig into a Wisconsin lead.
Absolutely, especially here on this floor. Kohl, 149-11. What an amazing achievement when you think what he's accomplished here, winning Big Ten titles.
And they have sold out 136 consecutive games. here at the Kohl Center.
Trying to talk about Taylor with Devin Harris. Devin Harris led them to 2 Big Ten titles. He led them to a Big Ten tournament title when they beat Illinois. And the following year, Illinois went to the Final Four, 2005.
Well, they've reset the clocks now. 16 on the shot clock, 6:18 remaining on the game clock. And Paul Jansen is going to come over and explain that to us, but self-explanatory. Wisconsin has not trailed in the game, and the biggest lead has been 6 points, but that has been whittled down to 1.
You know, the Badgers are only one of 6 schools with an NCAA tournament streak of at least 12 years. Kansas 21, Duke 15, Michigan State 13, getting a little bit in jeopardy. Wisconsin 12, Gonzaga 12, and Texas 12. Michigan State still can get in a tournament. They have enough quality games to play.
Lohr got it. He buries a long 3.
All they need the threes out of Lohr and Mankiewicz.
Lohr, a 44% shooter, and he's 6'10".
Ask the average fan in the street, they wouldn't know the name John Lohr, and that is sad.
But he's a Player of the Year candidate, not just in the Big Ten, nationally. Sullinger on the high post.
Tell you, he's a Player of the Year candidate.
Oh, yeah.
To you that.
That foul will go against Ohio State, an offensive foul. 19-15 Wisconsin.
You know, right now you look Player of the Year. I think the top 3 are Jimmer Fredette, Sullinger, and Nolan Smith.
Lighty committed the foul there as he shoved Gosser.
You're not going to get away with that, baby. Even a guy with me, with one eye, could see that. Why, what enthusiasm and energy here. You talk about passion, intensity. Remember, people, we got the #1 team in America, undefeated, the only undefeated team in the nation.
Now, how rare is that? A couple of weeks into February. On the back down, Lohr. Oh, great D by Lighty. Just stuffed him. And Thad Matta wanting that basketball desperately.
Lighty's a terrific defensive player. Has great quickness, elevation, good timing. He has given up a lot of inches. And he has good elevation.
He is 6'5". That was against a 6'10" shooter. Gosser having trouble getting it in, and Lighty picks it. On the attack, lays it in.
That's not Wisconsin basketball right there. That is not part of their system. Lohr should try to post up a little bit on Lighty.
Well, David Lighty has been a part of 119 wins at Ohio State. That's the school record.
He's posted right now. So I would try to post him on the inside because he's very effective down there as well.
Taylor zips the pass. Bruisewitz to the other side of the iron for 2.
Nice horizontal screen and a nice cut across the lane. The big red hand. Carrot top, baby. Carrot top. Dave, they want Uncle Mo on their side going into that locker room. Psychologically, that's a big edge.
Great bounce, and Sullinger with the flush.
So physical when he gets the ball inside. Strong, wide body, tough, very agile.
8 points for him. 4-time Big Ten Player of the Week. 21-19. Bruisewitz trying to free up Lohr. Gosser will shoot it. Yes, a 3.
Amazing when you think about some of the quality players that have played here. He's the first young guy to ever get a triple-double. First in the Big Ten since Magic Johnson. The name Gosser with Magic Johnson. Wow.
Sullinger tried to tip it. Knocked away by Wisconsin with 3:48 to go. 24-19. The Badgers with the upper hand on #1. Thanks, Ryan. It is 24-19. The Badgers, they've hit 5 out of 10 from three-point territory. So a first-rate battle here, but Dick Vitale, nothing like the battle a young friend of yours is going through right now. It's the reason we are wearing these green wristbands today.
Well, Jonathan Teese, he's 8 years old. His dad wrote me the most heartbreaking letter, how he has an inoperable brain tumor. Johnny, we're wearing this for you, buddy. His father said, please let Johnny see you wearing it. Johnny, we love you, and we're wearing it.
Buford drops down 2, 24-21, so Ohio State within 3. From the strange but true category, Wisconsin 50% shooting from the field. They made 50% of their threes and only 50% from the foul line.
You know, Wisconsin has 5 trifectas. Ohio State doesn't have any, and that's certainly a reason that they're up a little.
Lohr here. Sullinger went down at the foul line. Lohr can't get the roll, and Sullinger recovered right before the timeout. He raced over to the official, Mike Sanzier, and started arguing his case that he's being held, he's being fouled. Nice little fall away, Buford again.
Tell you, Buford's got that medium range jump shot. That's part of life in the Big Ten. It's going to be physical inside. He can't worry about talking about that. He's just got to play hoops.
You see Thad Matta working on Sanzier as well, so he's getting it both ears at this point. Nankerville.
There's that patience. There's that tempo. They're looking for Nankerville to shoot some threes.
Lohr dumps the pass for Taylor. In traffic out Nankerville. Lohr is wide open.
Shot that too quickly. Never set himself. Never got established. Never stepped into the shot.
Bruzewicz commits the foul in the backcourt. ABC is your home for the NBA at 1 o'clock in the Eastern Conference. It'll be the Heat and the Celtics at 3:30. Kobe and the Lakers roll into Orlando to take on Dwight Howard and the Magic.
I think when it's all said and done, the Heat's going to win the East. I really do. I feel they're getting familiar with each other. They're going to win that East. I know everybody, the veterans, the Celtics. That's just a little opinion. That's all.
The Cavs finally won one.
I know. Wow. What was going to happen first was one of my questions. The Cavs win one or the Buckeyes lose.
Right. Sullinger, spin move, blocked. Bergen with a terrific job there, and now a foul by Ohio State, and that knocked Gosser right down on his head. He took a pretty nasty shot there. That foul on Sullinger.
Jared Sullinger a little bit upset. He thought he got fouled on that play. He can't allow that to get the best of him. The diaper dandy right there got the ball inside. Oh, there's the contact. Oh, Ryan right there making a call for him. I don't know about that.
Maybe a little something extra from Sullinger, but it was ticky-tack. I agree.
Oh, that far from the basket.
Yep.
Patience, patience. Look at the patience, execution, system. And what a system that's led to such big numbers here. Look at Lohr trying to get the ball.
And Sullinger takes a tumble and a foul against Wisconsin. So it is getting rough and tumble inside the last 2 minutes before the break.
That was Bergman. Bergman down inside trying to get post position.
His second foul.
Watch Bergman down there in the post. Right in here. There he is, going to throw him to the up with the left hand. Good call by the officials. They're doing a heck of a job here. So much intensity, so much emotion out here.
That's a great point. They're going to be tested today, especially in the second half if it remains tight like this. Kraft to try and penetrate. Denied. And a travel.
He lifted his pivot foot. He's been turning the ball over the last few games. Had 20 in his last 6 games.
4 turnovers for the Buckeyes. 1-point lead for Wisconsin. They are 18-5 coming in. Of course, Ohio State a perfect 24-0.
You know, Dave, a perfect formula for winning. Protect the basketball, cherish the ball, make your free throws, play on the defensive end. That usually equates to winning.
Gosser with a quick step to get around Diegler to the other side of that rim.
I can't understand or comprehend how no one rotated over in Ohio State's defensive system for allowing them to get to the rack like that.
Approaching 1 minute before the half. Wisconsin still leading. Here's Buford's three. All net.
He's got great touch, great rotation, squares his body well, doesn't take bad shots.
Very productive and smooth half for Buford. 26-26. Nankerville squares up on Sullinger. Can't work on him. Evans outside. He travels.
That's so not typical of Wisconsin. Evans played really well last year in a victory over Duke. Good defensive guy, a slasher.
Now, Wisconsin with 6 turnovers, as Dick pointed out, they only turn it over 8 times per game.
30-second timeout.
And a timeout, Ohio State.
You know, Dave, right now, managing the clock, they got to get the last shot right here and maybe go in at halftime with the lead. They have never been in front. They've been tied several times, but they've never been up, Ohio State. Chance to go in with the lead.
3 times it's been tied.
I got to believe they're going to go inside to Sullinger. after taking the clock down.
Buford's been cooking.
Little weave outside, running the clock down.
Kraft. Taylor on him.
They want to pick up that dribble. That's a no-no.
7, 5. Lighty skips into the lane, scoops it up for 2.
Terrific move by Lighty. The veteran players, Lighty and Buford, are the reason that there's a little jubilation on that sideline and they're going into the locker room with the lead.
Their only lead of the first half.
Right down the lane. Great hanging in there. Terrific job by Lighty.
Let's go over to Joe Montgomery.
Coach, what do you do better offensively to have us at their defense?
Well, we got to make some shots, which we've always said. We also need to get some stuff going to the rim. We finally got one there down towards the end of the half with Gosser attacking the basket. I think we can get a little bit of that. They're using their hands and checking us quite a bit, so we're not able to maybe make the turn off of some of the ball screens. But maybe we can get some of that called in the second half.
How do you continue to try to contain Sullinger in the second?
Just do what we've been doing. Just play defense the way we played all year and the way I've taught defense forever. So, we just got to keep working him. They got other scorers on the court, too, which was obvious. So we just need to do a better job on them, too.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Dave.
All right, Jill, thank you very much. Bo Ryan, thank you very much. Ohio State leading at the break. Again, their only lead of the first half, 28-26. You are watching college basketball presented by 5 Hour Energy. It's all part of Rivalry Week presented by Cisco. Wisconsin trying to knock off the #1 undefeated Ohio State Buckeyes, but the Buckeyes have the lead 28-26. The Player of the Year candidate Jared Sullinger with 8 points, Dick, in the first half, and not many shots, only 5.
Well, he only got 5 opportunities. The defense suffocating him on the interior, but he made them, and he made his 2 free throws coming in the game. The last 2 games, he was 9 for 19 shooting free throws, but before the game, he was working really religiously out there, making his free throws count. The bottom line, it comes down to they're going to start making some shots and execute a little better. Wisconsin, they didn't get enough good opportunities for Taylor, and on the other side, I thought Ohio State's defense was superb.
Sullinger a little bit frustrated at times, maybe feeling like he's being beaten up a little bit. Buford and Lighty, though, have picked up the slack, if there is any. He was 16.
Hey, but what about what Bo said to Joe Montgomery? Some slapping going out there, some grabbing. Setting a little tone maybe for the Zebras.
Wisconsin's Nagaville drops down the first one. First shot attempt of the second half. And just like that, tied at 28.
If they're going to win, they're going to need some point production out of Jordan Taylor from the perimeter. If they're going to stop Ohio State's dream of an undefeated season.
Diebler, very quiet first half, particularly from three-point territory. In the lane, he'll get the roll there. Ohio State averaging about 19 three-point attempts per game. They only tried 2 in the first half.
Yeah, they really got up on their three-point shooters, and Diebler is only 4 shy of breaking the Big Ten record held by Peter Lizicki.
A bump and a foul as we toss it over to Joe Montgomery.
Well, I talked to Thad as he came out of the locker room, and he said his message was they just need to keep their composure. When Wisconsin goes on these little mini runs, don't panic, keep their composure, and keep playing. He said the one thing that he does need to see in the second half here is better execution on offense.
That was Diebler's first basket. He really's been silent, haven't been giving him any looks at that three.
And locking him up outside that line. Here's Lord.
He can post. He's an inside-outside performer.
It was over Lighty, but can't get it to go. But Jarmus with a nice save. However, he throws it away. And now a whistle at 18:45 in the contest.
Wisconsin averaging, as you said earlier, Dave, 7.8 turnovers a game, leads the nation. Fewest turnovers. They had 6 in that first half.
John Lord commits the foul. Another oddity about the first half, Wisconsin did not have an individual offensive rebound in the first 20 minutes.
I'll tell you this, too. They can't afford to let Ohio State get up on them 6, 7, 8 points, because I don't believe they have the kind of club that can get a lot of easy points. And not going to get those kind of points quickly.
Boy, did Sullinger get great position in the lane and made it look easy, as he has all season, frankly.
Because every possession is so big right here. They have to really struggle to get a good shot against this defense of Ohio State.
Lighty in transition now for Ohio State. At 24-0, the only undefeated team in the country. Sullinger flips it up, and he made the basket.
Talk about strength on the inside. Talk about strength. Watch this on the inside. A little push.
Well, they called a jump ball on this, so they have waved off the basket.
Mike
Take a second look here.
Yeah, Mike Sancier made the call a little bit early.
A little too early. Sullinger certainly wanted the basket and the foul. That brings a great grin. Here's Buford. Yes! 2 more for him. Biggest lead of the ball game for Ohio State, 34-28.
They got some momentum the way they came out of halftime. They went in with a little momentum to take the lead because that was their first lead in the half.
And building on that, so the Buckeyes with the momentum.
A little 11-2 run.
Lohr pulls up, pops. Sullinger tears down the rebound.
They're not getting any second shots, as you said. They didn't have an offensive rebound. Can't get second shots inside with Sullinger. Ohio State seems to have a bounce to their step right now.
They really do. And around the perimeter, so many guys who can kill you with 3-pointers.
They're going to slash inside, a little post move.
Oh, he's had that fall away, cranking. Buford again. That brings a timeout by Bo Ryan. Buford with 15 points to lead all scorers, leading the charge for the unbeaten Buckeyes. Well, it's been a 13-point swing over the last 7 minutes. Ohio State going from down 5 to leading by 8 points.
Tell you what, 4 for 4, starting the half is going to certainly help. They've been executing, very efficient, good shots.
Now that, of course, takes us back to the closing minutes of the first half, and Buford leading the way, 15 for him. He is 7 out of 11.
Tell you one thing, a stat monitor on that sideline, you couldn't create any better scenario than the start here in the second half.
8-0 start. And they're shooting 61% for the game day.
25 for 30 of the 36 points are by Sullinger and Buford.
So Wisconsin trying to light up their crowd again, which was really on fire in the opening minutes.
They got to make some shots at 1 for 4 to start the half.
Nicely done by John Lohr. That's a good way to go. 19 points a game.
19 a game down in the box. That 19-15 his last game. They're going to get after it a little bit defensively. I think they've become a little too passive defensively.
Kraft trying to power his way in, and before the shot, he draws the foul. Let's go to Jill.
Well, Dickie V, you just mentioned exactly what Bo Ryan was talking about in the huddle and making shots. He said the shots that they were making before, they're not making right now, and they cannot give up easy ones like they did 2 possessions ago.
I'll tell you one thing, Jill. No simple strategy. I'll tell you, you make shots, everything becomes a lot easier.
Well, the guy making all the shots right now is William Buford, 17 points.
He showed us explosiveness and his slashing ability in the last possession.
Taylor with a misfire, rebound tip to Kraft. He's a one-man fast break. Back nice for Buford pass. And the slam.
Transition. Let me tell you, this club has all the elements to be a national championship team. This Ohio State team, no matter what happens this afternoon, will be a legit contender to win it all. They have wing players that are superb. They have good ball handlers. They have shooters, and they have a powerful physical presence in a post.
Leading by 10 on an opponent's court, where Wisconsin almost never loses here inside the Kohl Center.
8 straight points by Buford.
Lohr nearly lost it out of play. Shot clock at 7.
See that defense right up on. Taylor has had struggle.
In and out. And a whistle with 15.5 minutes to go. Remember, Ohio State, they trailed most of the first half. Now they're up by 10.
Well, they're up by 10 because they've executed so well, and Buford's been sensational. But the whole team, they defend, they share the basketball like we saw with Kraft. They have all the elements to be a national championship team. They defend exceptionally well. They don't foul. They don't put you on the free throw line. They play together as a unit. They got really a great mental tenacity. This is a special basketball team.
Buford 15 points in the last 8 minutes and 16 seconds. That separates them from so many other really good teams. They can always find a weapon to get hot. Sullinger now.
Great 2-man game right there. Space the court, get 15 to 17 feet apart, and dump it to the post.
They are the only remaining unbeaten team in the country, and Bo Ryan has never lost to them here at the Kohl Center. Perfect 5-0 in his career.
You know, Taylor's been so brilliant for them, but he's been quiet today, and that is a big plus. If you're going to beat a team of the caliber of Ohio State, your stars have to respond to the big moment.
The Buckeyes have hit their last 9 shots going back to the end of the first half. They're shooting over 65% for the game. Can't stay hot here. The pick by Taylor.
And no field goals by Jordan Taylor since 16:24 left in the first half.
Quiet indeed. Evans trying to create at the foul line. Drops in 2.
He came in and was big against Duke and had that magical moment here and beat the national championship Duke Blue Devils. These fans were hoping for that magical moment today, but Sullinger and Buford and Leidy, they have a different idea.
Diebler, long distance 3. He dials it up.
Tell you what, now he's one more step closer to being the all-time three-point shooter.
They came in just 5 away from becoming the all-time three-point man in the Big Ten. Nankivell in the corner, fires it up. No. Evans tips the rebound. No foul call. Bo Ryan really screaming for one on his sideline.
It's danger time right now for Wisconsin because they can't go full court and pressure. They don't have that kind of athleticism to match up with the athletes they have at Ohio State.
And not built to come back from a big deficit. And there's Sullinger with a great catch off the feet of 2.
I'm telling you, you're watching a clinic right now. You are watching Hoopology Clinic 101 in executing your half-court game.
So there was a lot of discussion over the first couple of months of the basketball season. Is there a great team in America? Have they answered that definitively?
Well, I think that they're certainly scored by talent. If they play at this caliber and this level on the road as they have, I mean, it is special the way they're playing. Are they beatable? Yeah, they're beatable somewhere down the line. We're going to watch Sullinger. He's going to slide into the post area here. Watch the post. Look at the two-man game. Great two-man game. Can't play him one-on-one. He's too strong inside.
Leidy with the foul to put Taylor at the line. And off target.
I would like to see them in a matchup with someone like Texas. Very physical team. But right now, Ohio State's the best I have seen thus far this year. But I'm seeing them on a great performance here in his second half.
Sullinger looking downstairs. Remember, he has that terrific vision as well and unselfishness. There's a foul will go against Leidy of Ohio State.
See, that's the point I like what you just made. Unselfishness. They're such an unselfish basketball team.
Going to be a double foul. Gosser also got hit with one. So a double foul at 12:33 to go.
They're going to get a double foul down in that post. Mike Sanzier on the call. Right down in here. They're going to get that double foul right in that post area.
Gosser and Leidy. So I'm going to go over and take a look on the monitor here. And Deshaun Thomas is going to check in for Ohio State. 3 fouls on Leidy.
I think when you're checking on the monitor, you can't make it on a judgment situation. You check to make sure the foul went to the right guys. Zebra's trying to clean up some post play. All that physical contact.
So both of those fouls have been upheld to the right guys. Sullinger.
Right back down to him.
And Nankivell fouls him from behind. That was with 7 on the shot clock. Rivalry week continues on ESPN. Home court of college hoops at 6 Eastern. It's Florida looking to contain Scotty Hobson at Tennessee. Then at 9, Pitt travels to take on Corey Fisher and Villanova.
Villanova should have a little chip on their shoulder. Got beat by Rutgers, Pittsburgh, trying to go with another W without Ashton Gibbs.
Buford mishandled that. About the only mistake he's made today. He fumbled it out of bounds.
Tell you one thing. You look at David Leidy. He played on a 2007 Final Four team. Mike Conley and certainly Greg Oden's had so many injuries out there at Portland.
Evans. As we approach 12 minutes to go.
See, they have to stay close for you to beat you. When they have a spread like this, it is really difficult for them to get that unbelievable spurt. But they can with three-point shooting.
With 3 on the shot clock, it's Taylor on cue.
That's their great strength. They have guys that can quickly knock down some threes. They're going to get some defensive stops. They have not played ball-line defense here.
They've only forced 1 Ohio State turnover in the second half. Solinger, big target here in the second half. No on this occasion.
Tough to play him one-on-one. Bo doesn't like to double up on the interior. They need some threes, man. They're going to rain some threes.
Taylor again.
Yes, sir. They need those threes. Coming from heaven, baby. Taylor finding a range now. Had 30 against Michigan State. Quiet for most of the game.
Timeout, Ohio State. The Buckeye lead has been sliced to 7, 47-40 with 11-12 to go.
You know, 8 straight points. They're only, by Taylor, their only chance is making the threes. As we said, they're not going to get points with turnovers and layups. They got to make threes, and he responded to get them right back in the game. No matter what happens here today, Ohio State on a neutral floor is going to be an unbelievable force and tough to beat. There aren't many teams that can win 6 in a row at NCAA time. They are one of about a dozen that can.
Taylor is sprung to life here suddenly when it really needed him.
Oh, did they need him? This place wants to get electric. They want to jump with joy. They're saying, help us out. Now let's see what they do in a timeout.
Buford. Not this time. Taylor. Full speed ahead.
Nice pass.
Rosewitz and the foul. He'll go to the line. Take a look at today's game track brought to you by Cisco. Buford leading the way, 19 points for Ohio State, 62% shooting. But Taylor has suddenly caught fire, now has 8 in the second half.
Tell you one thing, what great execution by Ohio State when they jumped out to that 15-point lead, and then 8 straight points by Taylor. Got him within respectability here. Now here's Rosewitz on the free throw line. Hey, do you know Bo Ryan was in the 9th grade in 1962?
Just a kid. He was 14 years old. Rosewitz makes the pair. So Wisconsin has cut it to 5.
And if it gets down to free throw shooting, edge goes to the Badgers. Now they need some defensive stops because they've been carved apart by the offensive execution.
Diebler lifts. Around and out.
This is getting live. This is getting live. Can number 1, undefeated, be able to sustain their lead?
Ohio State had a 15-point lead at one point. The leaner got it.
He has picked up his game. He has elevated his game. He must have heard us say that if they have a chance to win, he has to be productive, and he has flat out responded.
A 12-0 run for the Badgers.
He should have been on the list for the Bob Cousy Award as one of the premier point guards in the nation.
Baseline foul here against Wisconsin. Stops the clock at 10:07.
Look at Bo. I can hear Bo's thinking right now, we're making shots. Chester, Pennsylvania, loves now the Green Bay Packers. Met with Mike McCarthy. Went up there, talked to him.
Over the top, Solinger catches. In and out.
Shots going in and out now over 4. Congratulations, by the way, to the Packers.
Taylor, he wants the ball, he wants the shot. Gives it up for Nankerville. Under 10 to go. Gosser, got it!
Make threes and a lot of good things could happen, my friend. The three-point shot has revolutionized the game. Momentum.
Wisconsin has tied it. Kraft silences them for the moment.
That diaper dandy is going to be special. Originally committed to play at Tennessee. It's a battle. You know you're going to have a battle whenever you come here. 34 of the last 35 they have won. Last loss was to Illinois.
Low with the miss. How about that rebound by Rosewitz?
Finally get an offensive rebound. Didn't have any in the first half as a team. Listen to this plays, Dave O'Brien. It's almost like Fenway Park we work with the Red Sox.
How about this run? And the colors sync up. to penetrate. And a kick with 8:47 to go. A couple of the shots for the Buckeyes rimming out.
Take a look right there. Diebler. It looks like that baby is right down the hole. Then watch Sullinger, the same thing. They're saying, well, what's happening to that rim?
Buford. Even he's gotten chilly. And now Wisconsin can take the lead back. They were 15 down.
And the reason, the catalyst, Mr. Taylor with the ball.
Nankivell just barely grazed the iron.
Never really squared his body. Didn't get that real good release. Sullinger needs a touch. They got to go inside to Sullinger. He's going to slide to the post and want the ball. He's going to come off the screen and roll to the goal.
Wisconsin really heating up as the Buckeyes have chilled. Diebler finds the open man. Kraft off the fake. His shot. Got it.
What about that kid? That kid's made 2 big shots. Coming off the bench, he is one of the best 6 men in basketball.
Taylor has been brilliant the last 5 or 6 minutes. Pass tipped and stolen away by Lighty. A great defensive stop again on the attack and the foul. 7:41 on the clock.
You're going to watch Gasser right now, squaring his body. Nothing but nylon. Big 3. And look at Brusewitz on the inside with the offensive rebound. And there's the conversion. Hey, I'll tell you one thing you mentioned right there, Ryan, you mentioned Baylor. You know when they found out they were going to be really a good team, Ohio State? They had a close scrimmage early this year against Baylor, and Baylor came in with the great preseason expectations. Perry Jones, and when it was all over, people that were there said the Buckeyes totally dominated, and Sullinger dominated on the interior. And that was the sign that Thad Matta and his guys said, you know what? I think we're going to be pretty good.
They knew he was going to be good. Of course, the Naismith High School Player of the Year, but at 6'9", 280, playing far beyond his years. 53-49, Ohio State. Wisconsin with the ball. Here's Taylor. He got another one.
What a second half he has had. He was frigid in the first half, but you can't hold down a superstar that long. He is flat out a PTP, a prime-time performer.
When you called on him to start hitting threes, he's done it in the second half. He has 13 of his 19 since halftime. Kraft got shoved and drew the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
I love the toughness of Kraft. He's not afraid to take big shots. Take a look at Taylor. Under control. There's the screen. Comes off the ball screen. Nobody rotates out. No hedging. Gets the open look. Squares his body.
Taylor committed a foul.
When he arrived here, you know, he didn't have hardly any scholarships in terms of the level of this level. Arrived here and just became better and better and better. Next year, he should be one of the elite players in the nation.
Let's go over to Joe Montgomery.
Well, OB, Kraft's at the line, and I talked to assistant coach Jeff Bowles last night. He said he is a coach's dream. He just has that it factor. He's a 4-point student. He's ridiculous in the weight room, and they haven't seen a work ethic in a freshman ever.
High school valedictorian.
That's pretty good, man. I can't spell it. Valedictorian, I'll tell you that.
Taylor on the baseline. Brusewitz will fire it.
The big redhead is giving him a lift. He's not the big redhead Bill Walton, but I'll tell you, Carrot Top is giving him a lift with an offensive rebound and a big throw.
He's tied it at 55.
Remember, best free throw shooting team in America if it comes down to the end.
Kraft, hard drive, no. Scuffle for the rebound. Gosser comes away.
They were down 15, Dave. 47-32.
Nankivell doesn't wait and buries the 3.
Nothing like threes, baby. That could change the game quickly. And that's what's happened here. Ohio State was playing as well as they could to be up 15, and then all of a sudden the 3-ball, baby, the 3-ball.
They ruled that on the floor, a 2-pointer, 57-55. Buford outside the 3. Sullinger spinning on the baseline. No foul, can't get the roll.
Should have got a call right there. He got hit there. I thought he got hit in the lane. So did Thad Matta. That was a deuce. From our angle, it looked like a 3, but good call.
Here's Taylor again. He is unconscious.
Are you serious? Maybe the name is Jordan, not Taylor. Forget about the second name. Are you serious, Mr. Taylor? What a show here in the second half. Unbelievable. We're getting paid for this? Are you kidding? Oh.
They are ready to blow the roof off the Kohl Center. Jordan Taylor's been incredible.
He's been unbelievable. They're on a 28-8 run. A 28-8 run. Look at this kid. He's making like Mr. Jordan who played in North Carolina. He feels it, baby. He's in a groove. He is in a flat-out groove.
Taylor with 22 points. 16 of those have come in the last 7 minutes and 38 seconds.
Isn't it great to see kids that weren't really spoiled, made into big superstars from the time they were in the 6th, 7th, 8th grade, made to feel they're better than life, and then you see a kid like this, work, passion, intelligence, cerebral, and just comes out and plays and gets better and better.
Lighty mishandles the pass.
They're a little bit rattled right now, Ohio State. A little bit rattled.
Well, they are down with about 5 minutes to go, and their perfect record is on the line. Taylor, will he be denied? The give for Lohr, swatted away, Sullinger there.
Tough to get easy baskets against Wisconsin to get back defensively in transition.
Kraft, too strong, body slam into the deck. Both Sullinger and Taylor went down hard.
People remember we got the only undefeated team. They're on the ropes here with 4 minutes to go in America.
Gosser.
It's been over a decade since the Buckeyes have won at Kohl.
Wisconsin defeated Ohio State, then #1 and undefeated in football back in October. Trying to do it in basketball as well. Shot clock at 3 now for Taylor. Leads into Diebler, and a foul with 1 on the shot clock.
Tried to get an isolation, and why not? He's got the hot hand. Little isolation, got him one-on-one. Taylor with the little fake steps in. It's one of those calls, and sometimes you could say incidental contact and let it go. 86% free throw shooter on the free throw line.
It happened several times in the first half where Wisconsin really whittled that shot clock down too deep and took a bad shot, but it's one of the first times in the second half they've waited that long to shoot it.
David, you and I looked at each other when Ohio State was up 15 and playing so well, shooting better than 62%. And we looked at each other and said, how can they possibly come back? And we said, one way, they better make threes.
And number 11 has been raining them on Ohio State. Wisconsin on a 10-0 run.
And a great job here also keeping the ball away from Sullinger.
No basket, a foul before the shot, 4:07 left. It's been all about managing that clock there.
Yeah, they do a great job taking that clock down, but took some bad shots right there. Second half, they're shooting the ball a little bit better, got better looks. How making shots changes your whole feeling. It's unbelievable.
1-1 for Diebler.
Takes away a lot of liabilities. Diebler's really like 12 behind in terms of three-point shooting, but they vacated Bullocks, who played for Michigan. Lewis Bullock had some NCAA infractions, so really now Peter Lizicki of Penn State is the leader in threes.
62-57 Wisconsin and the ball. Gosser, a freshman, off to Lohr, the senior.
And they love this situation because they say, you foul us, we're going to convert. We're the best in America.
83% Wisconsin is.
And the guy with the ball shoots 86%.
Nankivil open straight on and tipped up and in by Lohr.
Nobody blocked out. They're starting to smell it here. Andy North is jumping with joy. U.S. Open superstar, works for us in golf, a Wisconsin graduate in the crowd. They can't get the ball inside the Sullivan. Great job being done on him in that post.
Buford got it. Ending that drought there, Dick. 64 to 59.
He was on fire. Buford earlier in the game. I am absolutely blown away with the comeback, the way they made threes, and all we heard was all these scintillating superlatives about Taylor. We didn't see it in the first half. I was saying to myself, could this kid be as good as they're saying? My friends, he's better than advertised.
Big shots, doesn't turn it over.
Makes free throws.
Makes his foul
Defends.
shots. Great leadership. Certainly the case in the second half when they have needed him desperately.
I feel like I played the game. I feel emotionally spent, man.
Well, still plenty of time to go here for the Buckeyes, however.
They've made some comebacks this year. Remember, the Buckeyes were on the ropes several times this year, but showed that resilience, ability that champions have. They got to do a better job defending now. Kraft's got his hands full, man, trying to check Taylor right now. As the screen, the ball screen. They usually execute that well with John Lure, pick and pop.
Buford trying to hold on Taylor.
Well, the reason for that's very simple. They're shooting 56% here in the second half, and they got 27 points from the three. That's 9 threes they made. They got a 5-to-1 advantage ratio over Ohio State shooting threes. They made 11. Ohio State's only made 2.
So Bo Ryan's team, which is just about unbeatable here at the Kohl Center.
Remember this, Ohio State's 24-0. They've won their last 27 in a row, dating back to last season.
Taylor, Lighty slips.
That was what I'm talking regular season games, not the postseason tournament.
8 to shoot. Running some clock here. Taylor wants it.
Clock management.
He's bottled up, got the pass to Brusewitz with one on the shot clock, got it off. Battle for the rebound. Lure comes away with it, and he asks for the timeout.
Great offensive rebound. You ready for this? Ohio State has one, I believe, one offensive rebound. One offensive rebound.
And a giant one here with 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Wisconsin to check it into the baseline. 2 minutes left.
They're going to really take it down. Remember, it's tough to foul them. Tough to foul them. They were good free throw shooters.
Foul around midcourt on Kraft.
This is a real danger time for Ohio State. Now the big question would occur if they were to lose the game. Who becomes number 1? Is it Kansas? Is it Texas? Remember this, Texas beat Kansas on their own floor to end that incredible win streak they had at home.
Well, we've talked about it all game, how proficient the Badgers are at the foul line. Number 1 in the country. 1-and-1 here for Taylor with 1:54 left.
It's amazing how vital that is to winning and success. Making free throws. I mean, it's really so important, yet you see teams brick them after another. Normally, he doesn't miss that.
That brought a collective groan here inside the Kohl Center.
True possession game.
Diebler trying to create and does a foul with 1:44 left.
You know, Diebler's done a better job in his career in attacking. When he started out, he was 2 for 26 as a freshman after becoming the all-time leading scorer in the history of Ohio basketball. 3,209 points, unbelievable. Number 2 in high school is Jay Person.
Nankiville fouled him. Another good foul shooter at 80%.
Great touch. Didn't get involved in basketball. Told me before the game. I was talking to him till about the 6th, 7th grade. He said his dad wanted to get him involved early. His dad's a coach. His brothers played. He didn't want. He wanted to be the Lego man. He wanted to just play with Legos. And then he learned how to shoot and started in the 6th, 7th grade. Well, here it is. I'm going to try to go to half-court trap. Got to post up to the middle of the floor. A post up to the middle of the floor. Spacing so important against that trap. Opening up the court.
They get it back to Taylor, who again has turned it over just 28 times all season.
Incredible. 4-to-1 ratio in Big Ten competition.
Shot clock at 8.
They really take that clock down. That's been an absolute trademark of Bo Ryan.
At 2. Too strong. Diebler with the rebound.
They're going to get a quick score.
Diebler wants to fire a line driver around and out. Sullinger there for the rebound. Down he goes, and he draws the foul. And in some pain, he'll be shooting 2, but grimacing.
Good offensive rebound, something they have not done here. There's a good reach, goes laterally to get that. There's the contact. They got a big game. What a week they have, Ohio State. Tuesday, Michigan State, and then Sunday, Purdue at Purdue. And they're going to meet a very angry and a very hungry Michigan State team. Now, is it good enough? I bet that's bad. We're unbelievable at home. That'll be kind of tough on Tommy. So this guy's done one phenomenal job with this program. 7th year.
And a lot of people wondering, is this the best team he's ever had?
I would still give a little edge to the team with Odin and Connolly and Lewis and that gang.
2-point game here. Taylor trying to get it across now, does for Wisconsin.
Remember, people, we got right now the only unbeaten team in the nation, down 2.
Or back to the point guard.
Comes down, they're going to put points on the board in this possession. They're not going to foul. They're going to put points on the board in this possession.
Brusewitz wants to shoot it. Yes, a 3. Kraft lost it out of bounds. Back over to Wisconsin.
Well, remember this. They beat them in football. They were #1 in America. And now they're going to try to do it in basketball. Florida did it to Ohio State 2007.
They've got to foul here, and finally Kraft does. Taylor goes spinning to the deck, but Kraft will help him up.
Great sportsmanship right there by Kraft. I'm going to tell you this. 2 teams that played their hearts out, coaches that coached their hearts out. It's been an incredible afternoon, and I feel honored to be able to sit next to you, Dave, to call this. These kids truly, truly play for the name on the front of that jersey as opposed to the name in the back, as Dave Gavitt, the former Big East commissioner, said years ago. And that's what makes college basketball so unique and so special.
Taylor to the line with 18.2 to go. 69-63.
Tell you what, don't underestimate what Carrot Top did, baby. Carrot Top, Mr. Brusewitz, what big plays he made.
Sophomore is huge, rebounding and shooting. Timeout.
50 down. Oh, the mighty 3-point shot. What it did for Wisconsin today. Making those threes.
Well, the kids are getting ready to rush the court, and that happened in 1962. The only other time Wisconsin has defeated a #1 undefeated opponent. They also did it in football, by the way, back on October 16th, and the victim again was Ohio State.
Yeah, 1-18. Bo Ryan personally is 0-5 against #1s. Lost to Kentucky in 2003. Lost 3 times to #1. The Illini in 2005. And I'm drawing a blank on the 5th one.
Now, what a scene it's been today. Jordan Taylor's been the big star. 21 points in the last 13 minutes. So he has been the man.
You know, Dave, think about it. Ohio State was playing sensational. Up 47-32 here in the second half.
Buford missing on the 3. Lighty, final seconds here. 7 seconds to go, and he'll draw the foul.
And it was all of a sudden those 3-point shots that just absolutely Taylor became a superstar. I tell you what, he picked the right stage to make it happen.
27 points for him today, and he is 5 out of 8 from 3-point territory. Lighty to the line. And hits the first one. Trying to make this a 5-point game. Thad Matta, is he about to taste defeat for the first time this year? 24-0, 11-0 in the Big Ten, 8-0 on the road. Ohio State led by 15 points. It was 47-32 with 13:20 left. Sullinger will fire it up from the corner and hit it. A fall away from deep in the corner. How about the shot by Jared Sullinger? Three-pointer to make it a three-point game.
Wow. This kid is special. And by the way, the fifth one that was number one, he lost to the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes, 2007.
Lighty with the intentional miss here.
Look at this. Look at it. Keeping the ball alive. Keeping the ball alive.
Sullinger, great feet.
Wow.
Jump outside the three-point line and bury it. And a timeout. So the Buckeyes are not dead yet.
They've already given up 70 or more points only once this year, and that was to Florida, who they absolutely dominated.
Refs want to take a look at the clock here.
You can use the monitor for a timing situation.
And it would appear, as they huddle here, 70-67 Wisconsin. It would appear they're going to leave it as is. And they will with 3 seconds to play.
Well, they're going to absolutely try to make the steal quick, foul. No secret what they're going to do. If you're Wisconsin, you don't want to play with that ball around their basket down at the other end.
A reset. Ohio State is out of timeouts. Wisconsin with one.
People joining us late. Remember, as a look at John Erickson. He coached that team in Wisconsin that beat John Havlicek and Jerry Lucas's team and our colleague Bob Knight's Ohio State team. 1962 when they were number one.
Wisconsin with the ball. Ohio State looking for the theft. And remember, Gosser can run on the baseline.
And remember, he was a quarterback in football, so he's got a good arm.
Gets it into Lord.
Wow.
Buford with a quick foul. 2.2 left. They fouled one of the best foul shooters in the country.
You said it almost about every one of their guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, wow.
But he's 93% in Big Ten games. John Lord, overall 86%.
You know what I love about him? His body language. Just the way he strolled in every ball with all the confidence in the world. Look at him. He said, give me the ball, man. I'm going to go to Bascom Hill and throw some snowballs like he did after the Purdue game.
That's right. A week ago, they had a snow day. How'd you like to see a guy 6'10" with 5 or 6 snowballs getting ready to crank those? It's like Randy Johnson.
This kid's got great release, touch.
71-67 Wisconsin about to knock off Ohio State.
What a gutty performance to be down 15 to this good Ohio State team. We'll see them bring Musburger and I on Tuesday against Michigan State. Celebration in Madison, David.
And for Wisconsin, it's all just a little bit of history repeating. They have done it again against Ohio State. When Ohio State was undefeated and number one, they're undefeated no more. Wisconsin has won it 71-67.
And this is no upset, baby. Ready for this? I was told they were the favorite Wisconsin tonight.
Playing at home with their record inside the Kohl Center, which is now 150-11.
Normally you don't like to see people storming the court, but you can understand the jubilation. But you just hope and pray that no one gets hurt.
A great scene for John Lure, the senior right in the middle. And a sea of red and Badger fans as they celebrate the victory over number one Ohio State. Let's throw it to Joe Montgomery somewhere in that scene.
Right? You're shaking.
Coach, you were a sophomore in high school. The last time you upset number one and it happened to be Ohio State. How do you feel right now?
Well, I feel good for the players. The fact that they were able to answer that run that Ohio State made in the second half, that says a lot about these guys. And led by Jordan Taylor. I mean, how do you not have that guy be in a position to help your team and give him the ball and say, okay, let's make some plays. And Jordan Taylor brought us back with his teammates, but he spearheaded it, and we needed it.
What surprised you about this game?
There were no surprises. I know what Thad does. He knows what we do. He's got a great team. They're going to be heard from, guaranteed. We're just trying to survive in the Big Ten. We're just glad they're letting us play in their playground.
How does this rank in wins in your career?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll think about that when I'm on the the Southern Jersey Shore about 25 years from now. I don't have time to think about it now. We got somebody else on Wednesday that we have to play.
Go enjoy this. Congratulations.
All right, thanks, Jill. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much. And somebody else, by the way, is Purdue. Time for today's player of the game, brought to you by Ford Customer Service. No question. Jordan Taylor was Superman in that second half. 21 points to lead them from